How surprised are you that Reese Albert's still here?
Well, I'm very happy. With all the injuries he's had, I thought we'd have a shot at it, getting him back. And, we're excited to have him. He's playing well. He's bringing the leadership quality that's always needed on every good team. And, he's same old Reese, plugging away.
What's it like having – go ahead, Adam.
I mean, you've seen it firsthand, everything he's had to go through. He's talked about how that's just really changed who he is as a person. And have you seen that, and what's it been like to see him kind of evolve and handle all that?
Yeah, it's good to see, because we're, at the end of the day, we want our guys happy in life, and they understand how life works, and sometimes you're not going to get exactly what you want. He's still got a chance to chase a dream, but he also understands he's taken care of it in the classroom, and he's going to be fine. He's going to be a great success in anything that he does.
He talked about kind of how he thinks he can be an example of guys come in, think they're going to be here 3 years and gone, and things don't always kind of go according to plan. How much of an example can he be for kind of those younger guys?
We've already started using it, and when recruiting, look, this is a big-time institution that wants good students, and we want to make them even better. And that way you can have a job that you want to do for the rest of your life instead of doing something that you don't want to. And, Reese is a prime example, and we've had others. They're all everywhere. Education has got to happen.
When you set out to craft this team and this roster, what were some areas where you truly felt you had to improve from what you had a season ago?
Athleticism. We're much more physical, more athletic. The depth obviously needed to. We were in some pinches last year where we couldn't do anything. We couldn't make moves. We had to use pitchers, and it goes back to recruiting. Mike and Jimmy, and flat out gotten after it. We made some moves, and it's one of those deals where it's a lot easier to sleep this year than it was last year.
Both with the new guys and the guys you're bringing back, how much of a difference have you seen a year make in terms of maybe wanting to be closer to the approach I know you're looking for at the plate?
I think, again, a year sitting on the couch and watching, and being around is going to help. The fact that the most of them got time and significant time, it's only going to make for, a better situation this year. And, the competition also makes everybody better, and we're going to have a lot more of that as well.
One of your additions is a guy that you saw a lot on the other side of it. Now Alex Tyrell's here. Just there, you talk about just what he's going to bring both in the field and to your lineup.
Yeah, he again, I don't know what happened down there. I don't really care what happened down there, but he's a really good player, and he's already penciled in the middle. He's going to be playing first base, and he's a guy that has been around the block. And those guys are hard to find, and he's hungry. He wants to win, and he's enjoying himself. And it's kind of a situation where you see it in the big leagues all the time. A guy goes from hitting 180 at one place, and next thing you know, he's hitting 350 somewhere else. And I got a feeling that's what's going to happen. He's going to hit a lot of homers too.
How much research do you do on transfers, or do you just trust the culture that you have here that they'll be able to?
You got to make sure, especially coming from Miami and Florida. You're sitting here going, what are we doing? But it's one of those deals where you call people that you trust, you cross T's, dot I's, and if things check out, then you go for it. I mean, everybody makes a mistake, right? So we forgive and forget.
How much of a lift is Jordan at shortstop, just especially on the defensive side of the ball?
He can really play. He's better than I thought. We didn't see him a lot last year. We recruited him in high school, and then out of sight, out of mind when they're not with you, and didn't see him play a whole lot. But as soon as I saw him, I was like, golly, that's how you draw it up. He does everything well across the board.
You bring back the 1-2 at the top of the rotation, obviously. I mean, how much of a difference have you seen with them both with just a full year under their belts in those roles, but also the impressive summers they both had?
They both had great summers. We haven't seen a whole lot except the bullpens. We're taking them slow. The guys that threw a lot this summer and had a big workload over the course of the year, so it's their first time out today. But we expect the same competitiveness, and some of those hitters are feeling good about themselves, but today's a different story when you got Parker, you got Hub, Dunn, Montgomery, all these guys are throwing today, so they might eat some humble pie.
Jackson's a kid that threw for you yesterday. Just what does he bring to that mound?
Yeah, he's special. He's got one of those fastballs, Max Scherzer, the guys that can pitch up in the zone, high spin rate. He's got great extension. I said it from the time I saw him. I've never seen a kid at any level get as many swings and misses on fastballs as he does, and it's continued here. And his breaking ball's better, and he's a catcher by trade. So you got the competitive toughness, on the mound as well.
With Carson, he went through some of those ups and downs last year, but I mean the talent's obvious. Just what have you seen from him coming back now?
Yeah, those misses are a lot smaller. He's bought into the right changeup to give him different looks. He's a guy that again is competing for that third, fourth spot. If not, he might close, but he's going to do a lot of heavy lifting.
Dylan was a guy that had once entered the transfer portal, but you guys ended up bringing him back as a pitcher only. Because what have you seen from him now, and how I guess how big can that extra time with Belly be for him?
Yeah, and it just pitching only. That's something that we wanted to do with a lot of last year, but we couldn't. We just didn't feel like we could make it through a season. With some guys scuffling, we had to keep doing the two-way stuff. And you saw him. You saw how good that thing was. The sinker that he's throwing, his running back, and his breaking ball's better. Everything across the board's better. And again, he's in there in that mix for the third or fourth spot as well.
You talked about athleticism and physicality with the overhaul. What does that look like for a baseball team when you have a more athletic?
You just do a lot more. Instead of playing station to station, you can run. You can constantly try to put pressure on people because you can get down the line. You can lay a drag bunt down. It's just a where's it coming from next type of situation for the defense, and that's what back in the days when we were really good offensively, that's what we were. We were multifaceted, and we're going to do it again this year.
How important is this time to build versatility by throwing guys in a lot of different spots?
Yeah, you have to. With COVID and injuries and 11.7 scholarships, it's hard. So, there'll be guys at a totally different spot today than they were yesterday. And when we do our cuts and relays, which I'm sure will be a train wreck because it's the first time we've done it, they got to listen, they got to learn. And second base, third base, short, you never know what's going to happen. You're an infielder, you're an outfielder, you're not a left fielder or a shortstop or whatever. We got to make sure we can do it all. And I love that we get the raise every night, and these guys are watching. Hey, here's Taylor Walls playing third. Here's Wendell playing. They don't care. Just let's go. I'm an infielder. I can play anywhere.
Behind the plate, how much is fall ball going to help you kind of figure out what you got there?
Yeah, we got a good battle back there. Colton Benson and Jaime Ferreira and Sebastian Jimenez. Baz is a little bit behind with the arm, still coming back from that, but he's putting together some good ABs. He's got the power potential, and but we got to be careful with that arm. So he's going to be pushed back a little bit. And Jaime's been very impressive. You see him throw. It's you guys that remember Rafi Lopez. He's got that kind of arm, that one that just keeps on carrying. And Nelly had a good arm, but I think it's a notch above Nelly. Colton's improved, much improved. He's stronger. He's always been a tough guy behind the plate, but his body can withstand it a little bit better this go around.
Nutrition and turnover has always been a part of college baseball, but how much has it changed, obviously, with COVID, and how long is it going to be this way?
I have no idea. Nobody knows. How long they're going to give us a reprieve and roster size, and how many can be on scholarship. I know it's not going away. There's a backlog of players. Decisions have to be made by the NCAA, and I don't know when that's coming. We don't even know how many rounds are going to be in the MLB draft. So we're in a holding pattern recruiting because we don't know if these guys are going to be coming back or not. Because if there's 20 rounds, that changes a lot of things.
The team is successful is it because you're a really good coach or because you're a really good general manager?
Yeah, exactly. It's more about the Jimmys and the Joes than anything else. And there's a lot of people that have really improved their clubs, and we feel like we're one of them.
I mean, with all those transfer additions, I guess, how nice has it been, the standardizedness of the transfer portal and obviously the new rules that help guys get eligible?
It's silly that we weren't allowing them for all these years to transfer. I mean, coaches can jump to another job, and the guys were locked in or go to a junior college or go down a level. And it never made sense. I think it makes some of these berating type of coaches, take a step back and go, wait a minute, I can't beat him up mentally anymore. He'll turn around and leave. And they should have an enjoyable experience. So I'm all for it.